Shall we begin?
Hi guys, welcome back to CJ's Keto Kitchen. Tonight we are going to be making a delicious pizza, but it is going to be a breakfast pizza. So come along with me and let's get started.
Let's begin now.
So tonight we're going to be doing something a little different. I thought we didn't have a lot of breakfast recipes on our channel and I wanted that to change. So tonight I'm going to be making a keto breakfast pizza. It's very easy and it's a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and get started. So you are going to need to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. I am going to be using one of my 9-inch cast iron skillets for this particular recipe. I have liberally greased mine with butter. If you don't want to use a skillet, you can absolutely make this pizza either in a pie dish, a baking dish that's 9 inches, or you could also use a quarter sheet pan. I have done that before, so it's not your big sheet pan, but it's half of that. And that also makes your pizza deep dish style, just like this is going to. So to begin our breakfast pizza, we are going to be making a traditional fathead dough. And in order to do that, we need to begin with cream cheese and mozzarella cheese. So you need about 2 tablespoons, 2 ounces of cream cheese. And I'm going to pre-soften this in my microwave. I'm going to be doing my fathead dough in my microwave. You could do it on the stovetop if you don't have a microwave. You just have to keep an eye on it. So I'm going to soften my cream cheese first just to get it nice and pliable. So my cream cheese is a bit soft. I put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, but I had already let it sit out for a little bit so it wasn't completely rock hard. So I am going to take our mozzarella cheese here, and I have 2 cups, and I'm going to put it in with the cream cheese, and then I'm going to go back to the microwave in 30-second intervals, waiting for this to get soft and stringy. So I'm going into the microwave for about 30 seconds to a minute until our mozzarella cheese starts to melt. Okay, so we have a partial melt here. I am going to stir it up, and then I'm going to put it back in the microwave for just a second, just to make sure that all of the mozzarella is melted, because it's not quite melted.
Why didn't the koala bear get the job?
Why?
Because he wasn't qualified.
Okay, we are pretty melted. I am going to add in 2 things now. I like my fathead dough to be very flavorful. This is an optional step, but I like to add my herbs and seasonings at this point. So I have 1 teaspoon of all-purpose herbal seasoning. And then I also have 1 teaspoon of Trader Joe's 21 seasoning salute. I'm going to stir that into my melted cheese and cream cheese mixture. So next, you want 1 cup of almond flour. Now it's very natural for this to begin forming a dough, but in order to make it extra flexible, I always reheat just a little bit after I have added my almond flour to my fathead dough. So I'm going to pop this back into my microwave for probably about 15 to 20 seconds.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you? Hi, can I try the ice cream? No, the ice cream machine is broken. Oh, okay, can I get a large Coke then? The soda machine is also broken. Can I speak to the manager, please? The manager machine is broken too. So what am I supposed to get? You could get out.
Okay, so you can see that it has once again gotten pliable, which is a good tip for a fathead dough. Anytime you feel like it might be getting too stiff to work with, you can always microwave it for just a few more seconds. Or if you're doing this on the stove top, just heat it up a bit more. Now, the next ingredient we are going to add before our dough is complete and able to put into our skillet is an egg. But sometimes, because my dough is quite warm, I like to wait a few seconds before I put my egg in there because I am going to be mixing by hand. I'm going to be incorporating my egg by hand, so I don't really want to immediately go in there. So I usually just let it sit for just a second before I put my egg in. Okay, my dough is now cool enough to the touch, so I am going to be putting in 1 egg. And I just use my clean hands and I just start kneading it like you would any other kind of dough, pizza dough, bread dough. And that just helps me get a feel for the egg getting in. And your dough is going to slowly absorb your egg. And you're just gonna work it around until the egg gets fully absorbed. And fathead dough is extremely popular in the ketogenic world, and of course in, any kind of wheat restricting world, because it gives you that nice dough texture and flavor without having any wheat or gluten in it. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside and let it rest for just a second, and then we're going to press it into our skillet. Okay, we are ready to start putting our pizza crust into our skillet. Once again, you do not have to use a cast iron skillet. That's just what I'm using because I love my cast iron. But you could use a pie dish or some kind of baking dish. I'm using something that is 9 inches. I'm just going to plop my dough in the center, and I'm just going to start working it around. Now with fathead dough, you can wet your hands with water if it becomes too sticky, but this is still nice and warm from being in the microwave. So it has not reached a sticky point yet. So I'm just pressing that around and working it up the sides to make this deep dish. So we are going to be pre-cooking this just a bit before we put our breakfast toppings on there. We're going to cook it for about 10 minutes or so in our 400-degree oven. And then we are going to add all of our breakfast flavors. Okay, so I have evenly spread my pizza dough up the sides of my cast iron skillet and covered the entire bottom. What I'm going to do before I put this in for a pre-bake is I'm going to what they call dock it. So to dock it is to puncture holes in it with a fork, and that prevents it from getting too puffy or puffing up in the oven during our pre-bake. You also do this for pie dough, and it just tends to help keep your dough flattened while it's cooking. Okay, so we are going to put this in to our 400-degree oven for 10 minutes. Here we go. We are getting our pre-cooked crust out of the oven. Definitely use your silicone, especially if you're using cast iron. It's very hot. So there's our crust that is pre-cooked. You can see it's gotten a little bit brown on the edges, which is awesome. So the very first layer that we want is our egg, because our egg needs to get cooked, and so we are putting it down on the bottom. And I am using 2 beaten eggs, and I just whisked them together. I do have a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper in my eggs. Down our eggs go. Now our meats, and you can use whatever kinds of meat that you want. I'm using breakfast sausage and bacon. So I'm just going to start sprinkling in. And I have about a half a pound of breakfast sausage here, but you could use whatever you'd like. You could even, do chicken or beef, whatever you like to eat for breakfast. Also the bacon, onion, and pepper that we cooked. And this is 6 slices of bacon. And 1 red sweet pepper and 1 orange sweet pepper, and these are the little mini ones. But you could use green pepper or omit pepper. You could put mushrooms in here. You can just go crazy with whatever you like for breakfast. And then of course, to complete our pizza, we need some more cheese. So I have 1 cup of cheese here, and I have a combination of regular white sharp cheddar and then some Kojak. So I'm just going to sprinkle that on. You could use more mozzarella if you'd like to make it, really Italian. Or you can use, pepper jack if you like it spicy. Sky's the limit for sure. Okay, so we have all of our toppings in there. And now we are going to put it back into our oven for about 15 minutes or until it starts to get golden. And I may broil the top just a bit, just because I like my pizza well done on the top. Remember, our lovely baking dish has been in for 10 minutes at 400 degrees. It is hot, no matter what you're using. So put on your lobster claws or whatever you have. Remember, your baking dish is hot before you put it back in for the second bake. So once again, it's 400 for 15 minutes. Okay, she's ready. There she is in all her beautiful breakfast pizza glory. Can't wait to dig in, but we are going to wait 15 minutes and then I'm going to cut it. And then CJ is going to taste it for us. There it is, in all its cheesy, yummy breakfast deliciousness. Here is the delicious keto breakfast pizza. Hi, CJ.
Hi.
It's time for some breakfast pizza.
Yep, I see. Really good. A lot of flavor. Looked like it was easy to make. Sausage really comes really good. It doesn't taste like a spicy sausage. But you could add spicy sausage. Or what's that stuff they call?
Chorizo?
Chorizo, yeah.
That would be good.
Some chorizo. Be good. No complaints about what we have. Just thinking,
Oh yeah.
putting my Bobby Flay
Sky's the limit.
hat on. So, yeah, good. Just need some Calabrian chili paste.
Or some pickled Fresnos.
Fresnos. Or something. But no, it's really good, baby.
Good.
I think people will like it. Good flavor. And, I'm assuming the ideal would be that you could make this and it will last for several
Absolutely.
days. I guess if you're serving multiple people.
But if you were going to have guests or something, you could make it the night before and then it'd be ready for breakfast
That's
the
true.
next day. Yeah.
So yeah, really good. Really flavorful.
Good.
Good job. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us again tonight, you guys. We hope that you enjoy the pizza. We hope that you will consider subscribing and hitting the bell so that you know when our content goes up. We upload twice a week. We're also on social media, everywhere. And that is CJ's Keto Kitchen. Come back and see us again. And until then, be well. Bye.
What did the hamburger name her baby?
What?
Patty.
It was something about the channel. I'd said something. We were sitting at my kitchen table and you just gave me this look like... You're just the smartest woman. Not that you were surprised. I don't mean that
No, I know.
that you didn't look like shocked because you called me smart before. I think you think I'm smart.
I do think you're smart. I wouldn't say it if I didn't think you were smart.
But it was just this look of like, wow. Like a look of awe, I guess. I don't know.
Well, because you do. Ever since I've met you, you've been saying stuff and you'll write stuff, and it's like, this is good stuff. Yeah, I think this has just got built up.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. What time is it? Let's go to Goodwill. We have time to go to Goodwill.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so we drove, I don't know, probably 400 miles.
We're just going to Goodwill because it's here.
And we're going to Goodwill. Well, hey, but we had a whole freaking vacation where that's all we did was we went to Goodwill with like 5 of them?
At least. And we went back to a couple of them more than once. That's how much he loved me.